So I started thinking about this on the way home from school today, and it dawned on me that people who say that someone is gay, or, well, let me back up. The only thing I'm going to talk about is lesbianism. I have no experience with men and their sexuality. I don't have experience with that, just as a gay male can't really say or talk about lesbianism with as much confidence or clarity as they could about being a gay male. So, so I was thinking about this. I'm going to try very hard to keep this under 8 minutes, so wish me luck. Something that has really nagged me and really bothered me about this topic is because the majority of the people who say that the reason why lesbians are lesbians is because they were abused as children, and they were abused by men when they were children, and they have now a severe disdain for men, and that's why they can't have a loving, nurturing relationship with men, because they don't trust them, either emotionally or physically. Now, the people that are saying this, the people who say that lesbians are this way because of this, are usually very conservative Christian heterosexuals who have had zero experience with gays in their life, or more specifically, gays who are comfortable with being gay. They have these statements, and they put these statements out there. Well, homosexuality is a choice because of this. And they have no idea. There is absolutely no way to say definitively why a person is gay or why a person is straight. There's absolutely no reason. Conversely, if someone says that I am straight, is it because you had bad experiences or abuse done to you by the same sex? Is that why you feel more comfortable being in a heterosexual relationship? That being said, most of the studies and the research that have been done only target a specific group of lesbians, okay? They don't speak for all lesbians. They don't speak for me. I was abused by men. I was abused by a lot of men, okay? My mother abandoned me when not just me, but my family. She abandoned us when I was 9 years old, okay? So does that mean that I am a lesbian because of that situation, because I had more of a male role model and more of a male influence in my life? Let me throw this out to you then. If that is what you believe, I was also raped and abused by my mother. So, am I a lesbian because I was abused by my father, or am I a lesbian because I was abused by my mother? Okay? And there are a lot of scenarios out there where women who are either bisexual or lesbian have been abused by both sexes. So that argument is moot completely. To say that a person is this way or that way because they were abused. Now I'm talking about sexuality. I'm not talking about other things such as being OCD, being manic depressive, being depressed, being a cutter, anything like that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm just talking about sexuality. When you look at a lot of the data that has been collected, a lot of those people that do that research are men, Christian males, looking at it from a Christian viewpoint, which means that they're not looking at it objectively. They're looking at it extremely subjectively. They're taking every experience from their life, from being brought up in a heterosexual household. Mind you, I was brought up in a heterosexual household as well. Okay? Keep that in mind. They were brought up in a heterosexual household. More times than none, they were raised in a Christian heterosexual household, okay? Or whatever religion you want to bring into it. They are pulling the information from that frame of mind. You cannot look at something objectively if you bring your own experiences into it. A true scientist disregards everything and looks at something brand new. Looks at something, well, here's this thing. Now, I don't understand this thing, but I want to. So I'm just going to look at it from this moment on. Everything that has ever happened to me, everything that could sway my influence or my conclusion, I'm going to leave behind. That is true research. But to look at a large group of people, such as homosexuals, more specifically lesbians, and say that they're lesbians because of this, is just absolutely ludicrous. There is no way to say definitively why a woman is lesbian or bisexual, or heterosexual for that matter. There is absolutely no way. If a woman says to me, well, the reason I pursued this lesbian relationship is because of all the crap and bullshit that ever happened to me because of men, my question to her is, if you're a straight woman and the reason you're going into this lesbian relationship is because you want to feel more connected and more and safer in a relationship, and you go with a woman, did you at all prior to that decision have any sexual attraction to a woman? Other than that question, other than that information, there is absolutely zero evidence to say this is why I'm a lesbian. I have had 2 boyfriends in my life. I've had several male lovers. Not one time was I ever sexually aroused by them. Not once. And the times that I've had sex with them, it felt tedious to be there, waiting for them to finish. However, the very first time I ever kissed a woman was probably, I was instantly aroused. Instantly. Now, before anybody says, well, you know, that's just because he wasn't the right guy. Please. I've kissed plenty of women where I wasn't aroused. Okay? That means they weren't the right one either. So, let's just say that. Okay? I do not feel that anybody can say, this is why a person is straight, this is why a person is gay. They're saying it from a bigoted, prejudiced point of view. And I believe wholeheartedly that me being a lesbian has absolutely zero to do with the abuse. Simply because I was abused by both men and women. So I'm still debating on whether I'm going to keep the, if I'm going to disable the comments or not. I'm really interested to hear on what people have to say, because it is an extremely controversial subject. Better yet, I'll just remove those negative comments and leave it open for real debate from both sides. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week.